Well, the Vikes are a combined 16-5 this season in Canada West play, but that record pales in comparison to the Claremont Spartans junior boys, thanks in part to a former Vike. Brennan Dunlop's Spartans are 35-1, which translates to an amazing .972 winning percentage. That single loss, though, came at the hands of Van College, who hosts the provincial tournament next week. Dunlop says the numbers don't lie. This team is a serious provincial contender.
At the beginning of the year, we made a goal of top 4 in BC, and we were going to reevaluate once we get to that point. But just the way these guys work every day, and we've kind of set a new goal, and we think anything less than a provincial banner, we won't be satisfied.
What's the secret to this team's success?
I don't know. I think a great bench and great leadership and a great coach.
Our goal this year was to win BCs because we have such a special group of guys. And I know I would be disappointed, but I really want to get a banner for this school. I think we got the group of guys to do it.
Only once has a BC junior boys banner been awarded to Claremont, but 2000 was a long time ago. That single loss still doesn't sit right with the Spartans. They want another shot at Van College.
If we played them again, we'd be ready for them. We played them twice before, and I think we're prepared for them. I just want to give it all we got to take it to their house and see what we can do.
If it was me, I would want 36-0.
They got more schools out there, more kids to choose from, but we're hoping this year we can change things up a little bit.
In exactly 147 days, all eyes will be on London, England, as the 2012 Summer Games get underway. This weekend, the Canadian Olympic Committee's board members are holding meetings in Victoria and strengthening their relationships with our summer athletes.
It's our job to make sure that Canadians see and feel that emotional connection to those athletes. They're from communities like this one across the country, right? And that's the power of what this is. That's the power of the Canadian Olympic team as a national sports property, is that obvious connection that Canadians can have to those that in many cases hail from the communities that they live and work in.
Simon Whitfield,
Yes, athletes like Simon Whitfield, the men's and women's 8 rowing teams, and of course our 2012 great medal hope swimmer Ryan Cochran. They all train and call Victoria home, so it's no surprise the COC made a stop in our city. Overhaul says that the legacy from the Vancouver 20 Games has spilled over into 2012. More than ever, Canadians are excited about cheering on summer athletes.
You see it in so many different ways, right? You see it in the business side and the way the partners are engaging and renewing their commitments to the Canadian Olympic team. You see it in our research and what we hear back from Canadians in terms of the emotional connection they have to the Olympic movement now and the attachment that they have to the athletes. And you're going to see us capitalize on that in a little bit in the next little while. Our job should be to tell athlete stories and to do so aggressively and to draw that connection with Canadians and their athletes. And you're going to see more of that from us in the next coming weeks.
Well, the Cowichan Valley Capitals have a bit of a swagger these days and don't expect them to apologize for it. In one season, the Caps have gone from the worst team in the Coastal Conference to a legitimate Fred Page Cup contender. Caps sit in second in the Coastal Conference and have secured a playoff spot. They even have a chance to overtake the Surrey Eagles to finish tops in the conference. But that involves beating Powell River Kings tonight. Only 1 point separates these two teams in the standing. There is no easing into the playoffs for the Caps, and they like it that way.
We're seeing Surrey, Powell River coming down the stretch here, and every game seems to matter a great deal. And it's been that way for us all season, to be honest with you. We were in first place for, well, a good part of 2 months, and you've seen everybody's A game, and we dropped out of first, but we're right up there in the mix still in the top 4 and have secured a playoff spot. And you want to make sure that you keep the intensity up and the passion to play the game out regardless of what place you're in, and there seems to be no problem keeping that up. So we're just going to maintain what we have going here and keeping a real good attitude about us.
Well, next door to the stick, a lot of basketball is being played. The Cowichan Thunderbirds are still alive at the AAA Boys Island Championships. T-Birds won their second game of the tourney this afternoon, defeating Larry Street's GP Vanier Towies 62-43. Willie Jecklin led the T-Birds in scoring. He put up a team-high 19 points. They will face the loser of tonight's game between Claremont and Oak Bay tomorrow. And heartbreak to report for the UVic Vikes at the Canada West Final Four in Saskatoon. They trailed by as much as 25 points. They came back to make it a 1-point game. They lost 63-62 to the University of Fraser Valley Cascades. It's highly likely that they will not be going through to the...
It's not a single knockout, but
they need a vote, and the number 2 national team also lost last night, so the vote would probably go to them. So.